So for the next category is best action.
I knew you were going to do that, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I knew that was going to happen.
So for me, or do you want to go first?
No. Well, unless you want me to go first.
You can go first.
Oh, okay.
We'll just go back and forth.
And you're not going to agree with this, just FYI.
Oh, really?
So for me, the best action was Birds of Prey. So I know. See,
I didn't say anything. Though.
I know you didn't say anything, but I can see you, so that can't be translated into the audio of this program. If he could have, his eyes would have rolled across Santa Monica and come back. They rolled so hard just now, just, for anybody listening. I thought Birds of Prey was extremely fun and
just the look on your face.
Because we talked about it. It was great. I caught an interview with the director of this movie a little bit before I actually watched the movie, and I was listening to her talk, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to give this a try, because I'm just not into any of these comic book kind of movies. So I was like, But it was so much fun to watch. And I liked all the badass female characters. It felt like a really good cartoon in live action. Mm-hmm. I thought the fight scenes were really, really amazing. And towards the end, the amusement park scene, I called it, the amusement mile, I called it, aka the Barracuda sequence in my notes. That's what it says. Barracuda. I loved that set and how they choreographed filming the sequence. I watched it about 2 or 3 times and really broke down like everything that was happening in there. Mm. And the fun house, all the different components and all the different rides or different features in the fun house were women doing something crazy, which I was like, that is so cool that they would incorporate other women into the story, like women's stories into the story. They have like a booby trap. And I like the end credits. That was fun. But anyway, that whole Barracuda sequence, I don't know, that won it for me. There was a close second for me was Lovecraft Country. Yeah. Because I thought that, especially episode 4, where they go into the whole Indiana Jones-esque museum scene.
That was so awesome.
That was truly awesome. And there was a few other episodes in Lovecraft Country that were really good for action. But those are the 2 things that stand out. But for me, Birds of Prey won.
Okay. For me, I have a number 1 and a very close second for best action. For me, it's The Boys Season 2. Every single episode that season, there is something that happens that makes you go, what the fuck? Like, it's just complete shock watching something happen. I don't want to spoil it for anybody because there's still some people who haven't seen Season 2. But there's a character that people love, and then she or he do the worst shit possible.
You have to change your pronouns.
And then they do the worst thing possible. Uh-huh. Every single episode, the action is good. Like, there's the fight sequences, the story, how they tie certain aspects of characters' powers. Because there's one character, the Deep, who's like the Aquaman of the team. He gets sent away because he sexual harassed somebody. And he gets sent to Sandusky, Ohio. Uh-huh. Every time he tries to save the wildlife, something bad happens. Like, he tries to save a dolphin and it ends up flying through the windshield of a car. Mm-hmm. He tries to save a lobster from the supermarket tank. It ends up getting killed. Like, he can talk to the animals. Okay. And he finally gets a redeeming moment, and it looks awesome. Because you're like, oh my god, he's like riding on a whale. Mm-hmm. It ends badly, but it looks great for the moment. Like, every episode of that show, there's this incredible fight sequences that look really good, considering it's like an Amazon series. Yeah. They don't have, like, Disney money or Marvel money.
They got money, though.
They got money, but they don't have Disney money. So,
I don't know.
Yeah, they might be close, but I really enjoyed that show and all the action sequences in it. But then a very close second was 30 Coins. which is a Spanish language horror series. And the first episode, I cursed so much watching the first episode of that show because I didn't. The credits of it are great. Like that should have been a category we should have made up.
The credit
best
sequence?
opening sequences,
Yeah.
like best credits, because it shows the death of Jesus and it shows him on the cross like laughing and looking over at Judas laughing, and Judas is like, "Rah." It shows him like running away in slow motion. And then he hangs himself, and you see like all his coins that he was paid fall to the ground.
Yeah.
And people just start snatching up the coins. So that's the premise of the show, is this like other version of the church trying to collect all the 30 coins of Judas. But the action in that show is so insane, and it doesn't stop until it stops. And when it stops, you're just like, oh, thank God. Like,
tired.
Yes, it's exhausting. That show is physically exhausting. But
it's an ab workout.
It's not an ab workout, it's an ass workout because you just sit there clenching the whole time. So that would be my very close second, is 30 coins. But for me, best action was The Boys season 2.